situation remains the same in Mombasa at the Mombasa Technical University strike. Let's now speak to our reporter in Coast Region, Francis Ontomwa, with updates on the goings-on at the Mombasa Technical University. Francis, good afternoon. What is the situation as of now?
Well, Akisa, it's a hot afternoon here in Mombasa, and we are standing just before actually the gate of Technical University of Mombasa. And it's no different script from what you've been reporting from other parts of the country. And the Technical University of Mombasa has actually made true the threat of actually joining this particular strike that of course, cuts across the entire country. Of course, they are going against that particular industrial court order of actually not being part of this strike, and they have said that they'll be in this strike until what they are demanding is actually catered for. And of course, we have been, of course, speaking with members of staff here, even students, and it's a desperate state of affairs. Some students are actually now stranded, some even contemplating of actually now traveling back home. And that is the true state of affairs that is here at the Technical University of Mombasa. Behind me, or rather just beside me, is actually a group of UASU and KUSU members. They numbers about 800 of them here at TUM. And of course, they are participating in this particular strike. And I'll be engaging an official here, Mr. Joseph Ngare, who is the UASU Technical University of Mombasa chairman for this particular university. The industrial court has been quite clear that this particular strike is unprotected, and of course risk jail or rather arrest should you go against this particular order. What do you have to say about this?
Thank you, KTN, for having me and the other members. Regarding the matter of the court order from the Employment and Labor Relations Court, we have decided to defy the court order because as it is now, when the strike is launched at the national level, we are under the instructions of the national office, and we implement what the national office guides us, directs us to do. So the national office has said, we defy the court order. Here, we have no business defying our national office. So we will not obey the court order. In fact, today in the morning, we launched the strike here at the Technical University of Nairobi. UASU, KUSU, and KUDEA, the three unions represent employees in this university, have down their tools, withdrawn their labor.
The question that many Kenyans are asking is, for how long will this continue?
This strike will continue as long as the IPCCF, which is the body of that brings together all the councils in the public universities, refuse to table a counter proposal. Remember, this saga has gone on for quite some time. As the unions, we tabled our proposal to cover the period 2013-2017. Way back in 2012, to date, the IPCCF has not tabled a counter proposal. That is utter contempt for the union. So this strike is meant to hammer some sense into the IPCCF and make them come to the negotiating table and table that their counter proposal, which will form the basis of negotiations. I will also add that we only have 5 months to go before this cycle lapses. Therefore, it beats logic why the other party refuses to come to the negotiating table.
And they have some quarters, of course, that have been asking for some reason and sobriety regarding this particular matter, actually arguing that the state is already handling the medics case and I should actually tread slowly in this particular matter. What do you have to say about that?
Our issue is not linked in any way to the medics issue. We started our issue, as I mentioned earlier, in 2012. In fact, we have been very, very understanding. I'll tell you that we have had 2 different occasions when the union officials scheduled a meeting with IPCF in Nakuru, specifically America Hotel. Do you know that the union officials were there? The council representatives did not show up. What does that show? It simply shows contempt for the unions. So we don't think there is any relationship between what we're asking and what the doctor is asking. It is their right to ask. In the same way, it is our right to ask that this cycle, which is covered in the recognition agreement, which says that negotiations will be held after every 4-year period, the negotiations are concluded.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Ngare, for your time. That has been Mr. Joseph Ngare, the chairman of UASU chapter, of course, giving his perspectives on what he thinks about this whole strike. And what he has actually stated categorically is that there is no end to this strike until there will be a resolution that will, of course, be amicable to their side. Back to you, studio.
Well, seems like it's the same tune being sung by lecturers and non-teaching staff all over the country. Thank you very much, Francis Ontomwa, for that. Let's now take a short break. Don't go too far.